Okay. So this connects our pillars of light so we can experience this more fully. Just breathing in golden light. And on your inhale through your crown, through all your chakras, exhaling out with your breath, sending that light down into Gaia's heart to connect and ground. And then just take another few breaths, breathing in that golden light through your crown, the heavenly energies, through all your chakras. And as you exhale, just let go of any negative emotions, anything that's been affecting you, connecting and grounding into the heart of Gaia. Then on your next breath, breathing up, Gaia's energies all the way through your crown, shooting up to source, connecting your pillar of light. And then it will connect hearts and third eyes to assist, to receive. Nothing can be taken. It will connect at higher self level so that everybody's oversoul group higher selves will send in any upgrades or energies or expansions and be guided on this journey. And I'm just going to connect the central sun. All right. Okay, so they want me to help raise the frequency right now with everybody. So just bringing in through the higher selves, vibrations and energies of lifting up the frequencies. Okay, so hold on, I gotta clear. This is gonna be a pick me up. There's some density around some people right now. I'm just clearing it. Really bringing in golden light around everything right now. Okay, so we're going to create a sacred space, connecting pillars of light all around us now, down to source, down to Gaia, up to source, shielding it with golden light. Okay, now we're going to begin breathing in golden light into our heart chakra. And as we exhale, we're going to bring that golden light, that Christ consciousness light, the master consciousness, out into our fields of light. Going to call on the ascended masters, the Ascension Council of Light, the Divine Mother, Father, God, and our higher selves to be with us here on this journey. Okay, so we're going to lift the vibrations together just with intention. Just raising up the frequencies, raising up our sacred space, raising up the energies all around us right now to hit higher elevations of knowledge, higher elevations of experience. And then we're gonna merge with the central sun. So with intention, we're gonna merge the solar system, the divine core of Gaia, the heavenly grids. Okay. Okay, so there's a Palladian, some Palladian guides coming in here, and just connecting with them for a quick sec. They're the highest light, Really interesting. All right. for some reason they want to go to Telos. I haven't connected with Telos since last year sometime. Telos is a lot of people think it's like a Lemurian city of lights. How I've experienced it under Mount Shasta, how I've experienced it connecting with them before. They use crystals all the time. Oh, I wonder if I should do that. Crystal. You know what? I'll just do it with light. Okay. They want to connect unity fields here, so it's going to connect unity fields. It's through the North Star. So these Pleiadians have their consciousness right now in the North Star, and we're just connecting the unity fields right now. And then we're connecting the unity fields with Telos at the same time. So this is consciousness projecting. So now we're going from the North Star with these Pleiadians and connected consciousness through a golden light stream into Telos below Mount Shasta. It's on like, I don't know, like a couple 100 feet in inner Earth. It's gonna follow, and they're sitting. I see them sitting in a meditative state now. The Telos beings. Okay, so everyone is sitting in a meditative state here. So they're talking about connecting with our divine core, finding our aspects, and communicating with them. It's all done through the divine core, which is our Mother, Father, God spark within. Okay, so we're just calling on the 12 families of light around our heart chakras. So opening up to our divine core, going into our Mother, Father, God frequencies. And we're going to, with intention and breath work, we're just going to breathe into our divine core. And as we exhale, we're going to exhale this divine core frequencies into our third eye and heart chakras to assist with seeing and receiving information in this transmission. So we're going to go into our heart chamber. Some people say it's yellow or golden light. Third chamber, they're saying to send a frequency of interest to your aspects, expressing interest to connect with aspects of yourself throughout the universe. So we're going to do that. So just with intention, you're going to be connecting with the third chamber. If you want to call it yellow or golden light chamber, I see it as golden. And we're going to send a frequency of interest up through our heart, through our heart to aspects of ourselves. And then you're going to use your third eye with intention to tune in to this frequency. For those who feel more, feel into the frequency, trust the frequency, trust the connection. It's there. There's no separation. It's happening. Don't worry. Don't overcomplicate anything. Just be with it, be in it. It's intention, and you're going to trust with it. So you're sending a frequency of interest to aspects of yourself in the universe to connect with them. So you might hear, you might sense, you might feel Arcturians, Palladians, Andromedans. So it's just tuning in, just being in these senses right now, being in this frequency and this connection. And then merging unity fields with them. Now it's with intention. So you're just going to intend to merge unity fields with your aspects. So it's nobody else. It's just you. You don't have to worry that you're merging with something that's not right. It's clearly right. It's you. It's your intention to merge with the unity fields of your aspects right now. And so that is what's happening. Okay. They were telling me about telekinesis. That it is possible through lifting the vibration of the object to match your frequency through the connection of your heart and third eye to the object in a concentration of raising its vibration to match your frequency. Never would have thought of that. I always just try to move it. When the object matches your frequency, you become one with it. And then the reality changes from it. So how do you match the frequency of an object to your frequency? Merge with it, and then you lift it up. Merge with the object energetically in unity fields. It's a field merger. And then you just become one with the object with intention. And then the object becomes you, becomes an extension of you. Okay. So they want to run through an exercise of merging with things to assist us in this knowledge. What do you want to merge with? Okay, so they're just picking like a diamond ring, for example. So if anybody's wearing like a ring on their finger, or just imagine a diamond ring. You can do this with objects in your home, in like a meditation where you're just practicing merging with an object. For this one, they're just showing me this diamond ring. This diamond ring that everybody can imagine. It's like a gold band with a nice, beautiful gemstone on it. And they're saying to notice its field, to notice its field. All things have a field. All things are consciousness. Tune into the light of the object. This diamond ring. I'm just seeing like a basic glow of it. So they're saying for those that can't tune into it, know that it's there. Know that this field exists on all objects. There's a field. So it's to merge with this field. So with intention, this diamond ring, I'm just going to merge with the field. Becoming one with the diamond ring. Okay. Or so if you got a candle anywhere, if you have a candle around you or something like that, think of the candle. Know that there's a field around the candle. Connect to the light of the field with your field, creating a field merger, becoming one with the candle. The ancients would practice this daily, emerging and becoming one with all things. That is how the masters have ascended through unity consciousness. Becoming one is a practice. It is a discipline. It is field merging. And unifying with all that is a discipline. It would be a daily routine for the ascended masters. It is how they talk to the birds. It is how they commanded the birds to come to them and land on them and discuss matters of the universe with them. Birds are connected to higher consciousness and the angelic kingdom. So this was a daily routine that all masters of Jerusalem practice. This scene, the ancient tribe of Atlantis, who went to establish the Buddhism and went to establish the Egyptian culture and the Essene culture and the ancient knowledge. There are many masters in this time, as there are many masters on earth now. And coming into master consciousness is becoming one with all things. There's no separation, and flowing in a unified frequency So you practice and you start with one object, and then you work your way through all objects, from a candle, even with animals and their unique fields, unity fields. And you'll feel many benefits energetically when connecting with the plant and the animal kingdom. Objects are very important to merge with. It's a discipline and a practice where telekinesis can be realized. So you'll begin merging with your objects, merging with the unity fields of the plants, of the trees. Trees are really easy because their fields are so big. So you can practice on trees to really feel it easier. And then you'll know that feeling when you merge with a flower, for example, and the consciousness, the field of that flower. It is all heavenly consciousness. They're saying to bring this knowledge to the masses this is the ancient knowledge, the way of and the path of one unity, the unity heart through unity field merging. So you'll also get great insights and knowledge from the plant and animal kingdoms during meditation. When you're connecting in these fields, they'll bring you great wisdom. There'll be a flow of conversation, flow of understanding, a flow of giving and receiving, a flow of unity consciousness. So you'll become more and more into unity the more and more that you merge your fields with objects, with the plant kingdom, with the animal kingdom, with the sea kingdom. You'll become into nature, natural harmony frequencies. Your compassion levels for everything will grow so large. Your heart expansions will be daily if you practice this daily. Your love for yourself and your others will expand, because you will realize that you are them. You are the trees, you are the flowers, you're the consciousness that makes up the fabric of this reality. So all things are possible through this merging process. It was a discipline of the ancient masters. It was done daily. It was a routine. They would go and meditate in nature. They would merge with trees. They'd merge with the leaves, the caterpillars, the birds, and they would feel them. They would speak to them through their heart, and they would come to them. This is why the Buddha spent so much time in nature, in connecting with unity fields and unity consciousness with all the living things in the plant and animal kingdom. It was his greatest gift, and he showed others how to walk this path of no separation, as we are doing now, as we'll continue to do. So they're just saying to imagine the tree as outside where you're living. Imagine that tree in your mind's eye, and then connect your unity fields to that tree. So I'm just doing it to the tree that I know. And they're saying, what do you feel? What do you sense in your heart? I'm sensing on the tree that I'm connecting to happiness. This tree is very happy. It feels like a mother feels to all that are in the tree, the squirrels and the birds. It feels a love and a happiness for them, as if it is nurturing these animals. Now they're asking me to go further and feel how the animals are feeling. So I'm going to merge fields with, there's about 4 birds in this tree right now. So I'll merge with them. Asked me to tune into the heart chakras because I'm finding it hard to connect to the bird's unity field. So we do the field merging, connect with their heart chakras. Yeah, I mean, the impressions I'm getting is it's a safe environment. It's a safe environment, and they are very much friends. They're very much friends with each other. It is a support, so they feel supported in the trees. It's completely a place of adventure for them. They feel in flow. There's not like one tree per se that's a home. I mean, they do nest, of course, but what I'm seeing and feeling is they're more interested in the other birds than the tree itself. And the birds are like family and friends. More friends. Like it seems that the birds that are in my tree are more friends than they are like a mother and a father. They're more like buddies, just flying around and hanging out, being supported, and just flying and adventuring. They just go together. They just go together. Um, and now, so the Buddha has come in here. I'm connecting with the Buddha here, and the Buddha is telling me now you are understanding more about birds. um, and their flow, as you have done about trees and how they feel nurturing and like motherly energies supporting all of the animals. Your understanding about field mergers, he's saying, connecting unit fields and heart consciousness. So with living things, he is saying, you connect with the unity fields and the heart consciousness. The heart chakras, birds have them. All living creatures have the sacred heart. So you can become one with these birds, as we have just done in this exercise, in this learning. And you can do this when you're in nature. And you'll also be able to have conversations. So let me just see how that part of it works. When you connect your heart chakras to the bird's heart chakras, there's a connective stream, understanding of frequency merging between the two, becoming one. And as so, your thoughts become theirs, their thoughts become yours. You share in thoughts. And then there's no difference between you and the bird and you. In that conscious moment of time when you're merged. So when you do this, the birds will become more friendly, they'll become closer. And you can call on them to come to you. It is it's very similar to the telekinesis, where you're merging with the field of an object and raising its frequency to match yours. When you connect to the unity fields of the animals, such as birds, you're merging the frequencies and then connecting to the heart consciousness. And this is how guides will connect with you at higher consciousness through unity fields. So there's many fields. If you can imagine more than 7 billion people, there is like over 7 trillion fields when you take in all fields of light, from trees to animals to people. So they're very specific and they're very coded to that person's energetic signature. So it is with great detail that guides will specifically merge with your field. So there's no field interference, and create what is like a coherent frequency, connecting through heart consciousness. The principles are the same at the higher levels. There's more they can do at the higher levels, because they understand string theory and are able to work in minute frequency details. It is more that they can do. You will understand more about it throughout the classes. It'll be explained in more detail as we expand our consciousness into unity. The subtle energy structures, they'll be explained we'll be able to work with them. It takes a lot of patience, understanding, and it is a more of an advanced level. It is in the last quarter of the classes that we will get into that, as there's more to learn first and experience and expand into. So yeah, they're just saying that this is a very great lesson that we have learned today. It is a lesson of how the Ascended Masters connected and became one with everything, talked to the plant kingdom, the animal kingdom, where it was in complete unity, harmony with all living consciousness. And it's through field merging and becoming one, using the signature line that they've used before, that through unity all things are possible. Understanding is so great, a harmony of self and with every living thing that is in the universe, including your aspects. So now they're asking me to tune in again. Okay. Oh, I totally forgot we were in Telos. Okay, so we're back in Telos. So they do have mystical type of creatures in Telos. Oh, they are shifting. They are playing. They are the mystical creatures. They're showing you that they can shapeshift. So it is. They like to play this way, and they like to shift into like mystical looking creatures. That it is them. They're just enjoying another experience. It takes great practice to do this. It'll become easier to understand the shape shifting once the telekinesis starts. So the routine, they're saying to practice daily. Merging with objects, merging with plants, merging with animals. And remember, with plants and hold on a second. They're saying something about plants. 1 second. Understand this. Plants have heart consciousness as well. They don't have the heart, the physical heart, but it's to understand consciousness and all life. Heart consciousness is an energetic makeup of all life on this earth. It is why you can feel the love the tree has for all that is within it and all who connect with it. It's why they are great guides. They want to help. They want to help ground. They want to bring in ancient knowledge when you connect with them, because they love is how you tune into the motherly energies, is the energies of love that you are tuning into, the heart consciousness of the tree. Plants have heart consciousness. So you can tune into the heart consciousness like you can tune into the heart chakra of, say, a bird. So you can tune into the heart consciousness of the plant or the tree to understand it more, to understand what it is to be like a flower, merging and becoming one with it. And it will understand what it is to be like a human. So you'll both be assisting each other in spiritual development. Or even a flower will be a bird eventually. It is just younger. In its spiritual development. It is consciousness as you are consciousness, but at an earlier stage of its experience. So there is great benefit because simplicity is purity, and a flower can bring you much peace in a lonely moment or during a heartbreak. It will show you how to just spread its petals, absorbing in the sun, and just bathing in its love and its happiness and content for just being a flower. And then you'll begin to see how truly amazing it is to be human, to be able to experience heartbreak or love. It is remarkable. It is more than just being, and for that is great. You will become happy and content in being able to experience such greatness beyond being. As a flower is just excited for being life. There's great lessons. This is a lesson you'll come to understand the more that you feel, merge, and become one with other consciousness. Leaves, plants, trees, flowers. This is the early knowledge that was taught in Lemuria, that was lost to many through Atlantis when they moved away from connecting with the heart consciousness. But there were many masters that carried the knowledge through to the four corners of the earth to preserve it in consciousness, in text, in pictures, and these principles are still being taught by some. They're ones who live in the mountains, the Himalayas. There are some very advanced beings there that choose to exist in solitude, to experience this deep rooted connection in unity with all consciousness. Okay, all right. So, okay, so these Telos beings are circled around us right now, and they're just putting out their hands and just bringing in a light over our hands. It's some kind of an activation. It is an activation so that we can experience more love consciousness and deep rooted unity with all living things. It will assist us on our journey to connect easier. It is like an awakening of a frequency that it already exists with us. It's just going to help awaken it and elevate it further. Because we are on a path of mastery right now, an illumination of unity consciousness. And this light is a gift from us to you to assist you on your path, as we have been assisted by the Divine Mother, still are. You'll see how all is connected. There's no separation between you, between us. It is our mission to assist others on earth, realizing their potential in expanding consciousness. It is why we chose and were given permission by your guide teams to guide you on this journey of consciousness expansion today, and to bring you this knowledge of becoming one with all things, where all things are possible. And they want us to think about what this means on a quantum level. When you merge with fields of energy, you can imagine there are many fields of energy that are all connected through all time and space. There's no separation. When you are starting to connect and merging with all things on a quantum level, you are connecting with the divine core of the universal heart, universal consciousness that all the masters have embodied. You will embody these frequencies and master them in time. It is diligence. It is persistence. It is a routine in meditation that you can practice to gain a greater understandings of the universe. There's just no separation. So at a quantum level, you are learning more about the universe when you are learning more about the tree or the bush, the flower. It is teaching you much more than just what you can understand in that one moment. You'll dwell, you'll think about more, you'll be guided to more. You'll be taken in more journeys in sleep. You'll become much more expanded, much more faster than anybody else through unity. It is the truth. Nothing can expand greater than the one. And all are one. And expanding and accelerating through unity will expand you greater than most. You'll receive much beauty and divine knowledge in your connections and gifts, like telekinesis and shape-shifting that we practice. See, it was easier for you to connect to a star than to Telos. So we assisted you from the North Star. So they understand how I connect. Oh, okay. Does that make sense? So they're saying it would be very helpful and beneficial for us in our not next class, but for next week, to pick 3 things to merge with: one object, one plant, and one animal, to merge with the unique fields, through the heart consciousness or the heart chakra, depending if it is an animal. Become one with it. Become one with it and understand it and feel into what it is to be it. And it will feel into what it is to be you, and share, connect, and become one. And then talk about your experiences before the start of the following class. It'll greatly assist you in your development through the Unity series. Okay. Now it's time to return. Call back your consciousness. Okay. All right, so we're just going to call back our consciousness. You can just do it with intention. You can do it with intention. Call back your consciousness to this now moment. We're just coming out of Telos. Thanking them all. Showing our gratitude. Thank you guys. Thank you for taking on this guided journey. Thanking our aspects for being with us. Went back to the North Star, calling back our consciousness from there. We're all just coming back consciously to this now moment. Coming back into the present. All consciousness that is yours, returning to you fully, 100%, in all timeline, in all space, in all reality, in all dimensions, all your consciousness coming back to you now. And we will, at this point, unmerge the unity fields that we have created with these Palladians and telos, unmerging those fields, unmerging the unity fields we've created with the tree outside our place where we are, the birds or anything else that you merge with during this experience. We're just unmerging the unity fields. And then we will also disconnect our hearts and third eye chakras at this point, for everybody has experienced this fully. And then when you are ready, you can wiggle your fingers and your toes. Just slowly come into awareness. And open your eye. And yeah, feel free to talk about how you experience that. Interesting. That one's an interesting one. Oh, Debbie, how you doing? You're muted there. Do you like that one?
I'm fine. How about yourself?
I'm becoming more present.
I know, that was fantastic. You know, a question. I had a experience, but I have a question on aspect versus fragments. When you know, or I get there's a major difference when we're unifying with aspects.
Yeah, I think it's like, it's similar to how, like, in a way we're fragments, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like another aspect, I mean, everything is a fragment of mother, father, creator.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as it's your aspect and your intentions are connecting with that is your aspect.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's, I qualify those Pleiadians, like I qualify them in their light, as I don't just trust anything. So I asked and I saw and I tuned into them. So I made sure that they were definitely of the highest light.
Oh no, I felt it was fine, but I had never really thought about that difference. And it was very apparent to me because my aspects were many galactic. Well, I'm very rooted in galactic, background, but a lot of galactic. But two of the aspects that came up for me were, one was crystal being, and the other was stone being.
Oh, interesting.
As my aspects. And when I merged into those fields, I have never felt the aliveness that I felt merging through the unified field with that type of aspect. It was alive. I could feel the aliveness where, a stone being, we kind of think of it as, yeah, you hear that statement, stone being, and we've heard it's alive, but you don't normally, it's hard to comprehend that because it's solid. Okay. And it was quite, it almost took me back how I could feel the life force of them. That's through really the cool. Unified field. So it was very, very powerful. And this week I've been called to really be very in an internal journey, an inner journey. And I have been for the first time really visiting New Earth. And when I step onto New Earth, I feel that unified field where there's a separate, I look at my feet, and from one angle, they're not my feet, I'm just part of the earth, but from the other side, I do have my feet. There's so much unification at that frequency that there is no separation, basically. So anyway, I thought I'd share that because I've been really playing a lot with the unified. I mean, that really has hit a chord for me. So I've been working in the unified fields this whole week. That's awesome. And that was beautiful. And I'm, I know we know nature and the elemental kingdom is going to become more and more important. So I will definitely be talking to my trees in a new way. Yeah. Connecting.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you. Thanks.
Oh, thanks for sharing. Frankie, how did you experience?
Well, like I feel really heavy right now. I mean, I feel light, but I feel kind of heavy. Like I just went through like a lot of space. You know what I mean? But it's a good feeling. When I connected with Mother, Father, God, and when you open up your heart, like I definitely smelled the ancient flowers. So that's my signal for me. All right, I'm safe zone. You know what I mean? Where it's like I can go. And then with connecting with, this is my question. So when with connecting and merging, I got to be honest with you. A part of me I merged I merged instantly. Like I was merging with my Merkaba that I had in my hand. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna merge with my Merkaba, where it's almost floating on my hand. It felt like I was one with it, but because it's an object, right? And then the thought comes in: can I get stuck in that object? Okay, and then when you're going through like merging with animals or plants, is there a way that there's some? I know this is just how my mind works, and this is probably maybe the hesitation of not being able to trust, but I do trust. I'm just vulnerable in this questioning. Is there a possibility that I could get stuck? I know that we're protected in the unity field, and that makes me feel really secure, knowing that we are in a sacred space.
Yeah, I think that's why they tell us to connect in fields and not just merging with your energy, right? So it's connecting two energy fields together. And then, with the birds and stuff, connecting with their heart chakras, and just basically becoming like you bridge your consciousness. Like it's almost like how the angels connect with us. They're bridging their consciousness to us, right? So we're just bridging ours to the birds. And I don't feel there's any, but you do. It always is important to whatever you do to undo. You know what I mean? So if you're merging a field with somebody or a thing, when you're done to unmerge it, and you just do that with intention. And with anything else, when it comes to consciousness projecting, it's very important to always call back your consciousness. I find, not that I'm worried that my consciousness is somewhere else, but it is just a security measure. It's a safe keep that I feel comfortable with. You know what I mean? So then, because I've had extraterrestrials who are non-serving start stealing my energy, and I caught them and I dealt with them, but I called back my consciousness, and it all came back to me. But they did it to me one time when I was sleeping or whatever. And I'm not trying to scare anybody. You got to worry about this.
No, yeah.
A lot of this stuff is not happening anymore. But the fact is, when you call back your consciousness and your energy, it'll come back to you. You never have to worry.
Yeah. And and thank you, because I mean, honestly, I'm not in a deeper level heart space. I'm not worried, because I know that we're divine beings. We're all protected. We are, like you said, we're not separated. We're all, part of it. And I feel like I connect with the birds and the trees already. Like I love trees. Like I go by and I just like touch them, and I'm just like, in there, like I ask for permission and I go in, you know what I mean? And I just touch them all along my path when I'm walking the dogs. I was trying to like tap into my dogs here, see, with their field, but they didn't even listen to me. They're like, whatever, we're already connected. Why are you bothering us? But but I feel like it was pretty awesome to know that we can merge and feeling confident in that merge. Like what if like I guess we would know, because if we're merging and if they're saying back off, like they don't want to merge with us, we have to be respectful for that too, right?
Oh yeah.
Or is it always an open field? Like if they were in the unity field, we can merge with anything. Another good question, right?
That too. We have to ask permission. That was my only question that came up, is like, with another soul or working with another person, we ask permission from their higher selves before we work with them, or from their
I think humans are overcomplicated. That's the thing, like, because the all things, like I noticed yesterday when I went out, all of a sudden I noticed this frequency through this unified, almost like singing that these birds were doing, and they created their own field of love energies. And I think I don't think you have to, like, if you see a pissed off squirrel or something like that, maybe, right? But like things that are generally looking happy, it's pretty safe to connect with or whatever. I mean, as long as your intentions are good. But humans are different, right? You can't just because we're not at that stage of consciousness yet. Eventually you'll just be able to connect with everybody, but you're not there yet.
Yeah, I
David,
think
could
that
I say one more thing about the trees? I got a strong message that you know how they talk about how the trees communicate, like the trees that are down in the bayous in New Orleans, you know, if one is diseased, there might be one miles away that ends up having the same disease. There's been some scientific shows on that. They're connecting through the unified field. I got.
Sure.
So, and they don't understand that scientifically yet. They know they're communicating, but I saw that when we were working with the trees, I could see that all of nature is connected in the unified field with each other. So it just was like, oh, that makes total sense on how this communication goes. So
it's like sonar.
But
almost.
if your intuition is telling you like that you should ask permission, then yeah, ask for sure. Ask the animal permission. Trust your intuition always, right? Like, you know that your intentions are pure, and just go with it, right? Just go with what feels right.
And they can never, and then we can never get stuck in that. Like, that's because we're in the unity fields, just to be clear. Like, since we're in the unity field with Mother, Father, God.
Well, eventually everybody's going to be in it.
Yeah.
So like this, I think what the idea of this practice is to become a deeper level of universal consciousness and connected to everything's, making all things possible. So I wouldn't be worried about it. You know what I mean? But when you do your intentions afterwards to disconnect out of the unity field, you do that and you call back your consciousness, and there's nothing else to worry about.
But this is cool. I can see a lot of book writings in the future. You know, it's like, instead of a coffee table, like it could be coffee books. Yeah, today I merged with ladybugs and dragonflies. You know what I mean? Like the experience of being one with an animal or plant in the unified field. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then the things you learn too, right? Like as they're saying, you know, when with the flower, you know, you could be having all the problems in the world, and that flower is just happy to be. It's just happy being. You know, like, how lucky are you to even be able to be more than being? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
right? How amazing is that?
Anyway, thank you. It was a great experience. I love it. I passed out, actually. I think that they're working on me because I saw a lot of like openings of the third eye again and the lights, and I was just in complete kind of a trance. So I don't know if anybody else felt that, but thank you, David.
For sure. Sorry for interrupting you there, Maureen. How did it go for you today?
Oh, did you say Maureen? Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably interrupted you all. I was just trying to, because that was the thought that I had was, well, about asking permission. Do I need to ask permission for the rock or for the, you know? Because when I approach the trees, I do often ask if I may touch them, or, you know, and so it went well for me, and that I kind of felt the same when I started out, I think, trying to connect with my cat Charlie, because he and I are he's always with me, and that, but it's similar to her dogs in that he's over there sleeping, and I don't know that I got a whole lot. It just felt like a nice warm heart connection. I think I got the most out of the flower. Yeah, or except that there's a big tree in my tree in the front of my bedroom here that is just really tall pine, and I felt it was strength and overseeing. So like sort of like a leader tree or something.
cool.
Like it was, and I felt more masculine energy with my tree. And then I liked working with birds too. And how you connected with them. And I felt that so much was like, I didn't see images. It's like I was in the golden light, And every once in a while, something would kind of come in like as a shadow, not a deep, dark shadow, but as movement. Maybe that was work within the third eye or something. But yeah, and then I'm very connected with the Pleiadians, and I felt that connection right away. I am Pleiadian, they say, yeah. Anyway, and I guess that's all I want. That I'll be practicing this and being more mindful.
Yeah.
Like I do feel
It's
that
very
connection
new, right? Like,
outside with all of it.
I think we're all learning it, and it's like I learned a lot today myself, and I'll be connecting more like that as well and trying it. And the thing is, just the more that you do it, it seems like the message was very clear that like the masters of the ancient times, this would be like a routine for them. Like they do this daily even, and it elevated their consciousness to a whole other level, clearly performing miracles and stuff, right?
I'll make it if I can as part of my just a morning routine of maybe picking something.
Or
as
just
I
take or take it as you want to, right? Maybe like I think they were just saying for us to pick 3 things for next week, you know. And, but if you want to do it daily, whatever you feel is comfortable, like don't feel like overstressed about it. Just do what you feel is right. Sure. How about you, Tara? How's that? Oh,
I just
sorry.
want to ask, we can ultimately be just walking. I feel like that oneness is still with me. And so it's just
Yeah.
like just walking in that you would be the goal. I don't know if it's a goal, but you know, to the presence would be to all just be existing in that oneness always, or not.
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm. Tara Harvey, how you doing?
Hi. Good, thank you. So I connected into the tree across the street. And that was really interesting. I used to talk to him a lot, but I had stopped doing it for a while. So when I connected back into him, it was like, hey, hooray, you're back, thank you, sort of situation. And when I connected into him, it was like he was in hibernation mode because like we're going through a deep freeze where we are right now. And he brought forward sorrow, like he's a protector of the area. He's a guardian of the area is what he was saying, and he was feeling a lot of sorrow because there's a tree that was in my backyard, the neighbor behind me and the neighbor across the way. All of our trees ended up having a beetle that had killed them.
Wow.
So the tree across the street was carrying sorrow for the loss of the trees in the area. So he had asked me to send love to his passed over loved ones. So I sent love over to them and then love to him. And that was actually quite beautiful because then you can feel love in the area after that. And then I heard you say that you had connected into 4 birds. And I'm like, I don't think there's any birds in my area because of how cold it is right now. You started talking a little bit more, and then all of a sudden I heard a magpie going off, but I could kind of like hear it in the background. And then I clued in, oh, hey, there's a bird. It's like he was trying to make himself known to me. So when I connected into his heart, he had stopped. And it was just like, it was a very much meant to be situation. Oh, it was just so beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, and when you sent love to those trees that needed healing, one thing that Yeshua told me a long time ago in a channeling is when you help out other consciousness and give them what they need, they will also help you out and give you what you need too. So it's never forgotten, and it may not be in that same moment. It may be, you know, like a week or a month or a year down the road, but it will be so clutch and so helpful for you, you know.
And I feel I have resonance with that. Somewhere in me knows that, because as soon as you said that, I felt this extreme happiness and from the beauty of that.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
Thank you.
Toral, are you on?
Hi, yes, can you hear me?
Yes. How you doing?
I'm fine. That was just amazing. It was just, I just feel so blessed and lucky to be in the right place at the right time to even learn about all this. I'm still like dazed out thinking, what's made me come on these classes, because how many people are going to know about this? I
Well,
just feel so blessed.
eventually. They said this was an important one. Yeah. See.
They said the masses.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
masses.
I
it'll work
normally
out.
take
You're gonna have
notes.
to-
I normally take notes. I mean, what I did over the week was played the first 2 videos that we've already done, the classes, and just making little notes, because there's a lot of information to take in.
Yeah.
So I've learned my energy field, how to connect and all that.
Mhm.
But it's just practice, really.
Yeah. That's it. Mhm. Yeah, that's good. Eventually, I'm gonna connect to there's some kind of software I can get that connects to Zoom, and it will just do a transcript thing. So I'll just have
Yeah,
like it'd be easier than having to take notes.
correct. That would really help, because that's
And,
what I've been
and
doing.
Mike still hasn't arrived yet. It's late now, so hopefully it arrives soon so that the sound quality gets better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks. Adrienne, are you there? Or Chantel? Oh, there she is.
Hello?
Hey.
Hey, that was amazing. Thank you so much. I feel like it puts a lot of things into perspective of like how much of it doesn't really matter. Because
True.
it was really, really nice session today.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
No matter what you have that's not going right for you, just think about that flower and how excited it would be to experience more than just being, like, and
Yeah.
you really don't put it in perspective how lucky we are to actually be able to experience all this stuff until you realize that flower is just happy being. I mean, imagine how happy that flower would be to be able to experience more. Incredible.
I actually teared up when you talked about that.
Aw.
I'll never forget it. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
Hey, I just have something that just popped in my head that I remembered when I was in my trance. Sorry, real quick. When tarots, what do they look like? Do you know?
Yeah.
Because what I pictured, like when they said that, open up our hands, and then they were putting, I don't know, like energy or something in our hand, because I literally saw like it was almost like those electricity balls, like where it's like.
I think they look like smaller Palladians, to be honest with you. I just think
Oh, okay.
they're just smaller.
But I felt like they were putting balls of like galaxy. It's almost like galaxy electric ball energy in our hands. And they were saying that they were giving us like
Yeah.
a gift,
Mhm.
And it was like pretty powerful, because my hands got really hot, and like my upper body got really hot. I don't know if anybody else felt that, but during that time, it's not like where it's sweating hot, but like where it's noticeably hot. So I just wanted
I
to
felt that too.
okay, thank you.
Oh, yeah,
I
felt
was
good.
holding a ball in my hand of energy, but I can't remember if it was right in that point. I remember I can clearly see like the circle, or maybe I was envisioning it, but of the meditators. And I felt like there was a crystal in the middle. And then I felt like it was holding a ball of energy, and I was working with it for a little while. Thanks.
Amazing, thank you.
Is Chantel around? Not sure if she's might not want to share. She could have. Oh, there she is.
Thank you. Sorry about that. Thank you, David. That was amazing. I appreciate the teachings. So thank you.
Yeah, me too. Thankful for the guides, like it's the guides. It's the universe. It's how amazing the universe is, bringing us on this cool journey. Athala, are you doing all right over there?
Yeah. Hi.
Hey.
Honestly, I only remember a thing when you say about merge.
Yeah.
I see a energy, rainbow energy, but they look most oh, what is a diamond? A diamond, sorry.
Mhm.
And the diamond is what's the word? Rotate.
Spinning.
Oh yeah, very very beautiful. And I mix about that. You know, sometimes I don't see a lot.
Well,
It's the only thing I remember. Sorry.
diamonds are very high frequencies that you're seeing, so that's a good thing. Diamond light.
Yeah, I think thank you so much. Really, today it's a strange day, but in the good way. And my energy it's go there and back and go, and it's rare but amazing. Sorry. Maybe later I can remember more. Honestly, then I fall asleep and I don't remember a lot, really. But
That happens.
sorry, I am.
So hopefully you fell asleep of the energy and not that you got bored. Just kidding.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I'll upload this onto the YouTube and I'll share it into the group. Thank you, everybody, for being here and
Oh,
sharing.
no, thank you so much for all
Thank
of
you
you.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a
Yeah.
wonderful
you.
day. Have a wonderful day.
Bye.
Blessings, everyone.
You
Bye.
too.
Bye.
You're wrong.